Central Valley Talk celebrates what's good about Fresno. And I got something that's good about Fresno right here. Don Scordino used to be head of the whole president of the Association of Realtors.
Yes, I was.
Chairman of the board.
2008.
Yeah. But I still hear your voice all the time out there. Everywhere I turn, you're on the radio.
Yeah, every Saturday morning from 9 to 10.
And what channel is that?
9:40 a.m.
Yeah.
It's an ESPN station.
Right, ESPN, right, 9:40 a.m. And what do you guys talk about on the show?
We talk about real estate, but because it's ESPN, I have to throw in some sports
Mix
analogies.
some sports
Yeah,
analogies.
like getting home.
Yeah, getting home. And that's the name of the show.
Welcome Home Radio.
Welcome Home Radio. You have a great voice for radio.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I've been told I have a good face for it, too.
That's all I'm going to say. Now, you have a lot of experience in this. And you're at Realty Concepts. We can pump up your business here. It's legal to do that.
Okay, that's great.
If somebody wants to buy or sell a home, they can call you.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah. And you have some ideas. Now, what you need in the market right now are sellers. There seems not to be enough sellers.
Yeah, and I'd like to say what we need is good, motivated sellers.
Motivated sellers,
Yeah.
Anybody can put their home up for sale, but you got to be realistic. And
Sure, and the way I like to say it is if you've overpriced the property, you're not in the seller's market. You know, if I wanted to sell my memoirs for $5 million and put it on Craigslist, nobody's going to buy that. It's only worth $4 million.
$4 million, right. Now, I, as a young agent, made the mistake many times. Sometimes it's the agent that overprices the homes.
Oh yeah, I've done it. Sometimes I'll walk into a home and I really like it, maybe more so than the general market's going to like it. So the agent has to be careful that they don't do that.
Right. Well, when I was a young agent, I thought, well, if I told them they could get a little more, then they'd list with me instead of the other guy. The truth is, it's going to sell for what it sells for, no matter who the agent is.
Right. So. It's the buyers that really set the price. Even though we all hear that it's a seller's market, it's still the buyers that make it a seller's market.
Right. And a buyer can't go in and pay over the value anyway because they can't get the financing.
Right. Unless they're going to pay cash for it, and then usually the cash buyers are a little more careful anyway.
Funny, I tell people this all the time that, I've been in real estate for 30 years. The first 20, I never sold a house for cash. I didn't think that was a thing that could ever happen. Then for a few years, I only sold them for cash.
I always thought it's just that Fresno didn't have the cash.
Right.
I didn't think it was me. But then, prices got so low during I call it the foreclosure era, that, we got a lot of cash buyers. In fact, a lot of it came from outside of Fresno. People knew that, hey, this was a hot market, a lot of good homes. When you could buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home for $150,000, that was great.
I sold houses in the 30,000s, 40,000, 60,000, so it's interesting. So if somebody's going to sell, how do they prepare to do that?
Okay, this is really important to remember that probably the reason you want to sell is because you need more space, which means your closets are crowded, maybe too much furniture, so you need a bigger home. Well, that's probably why the buyer of your home is moving also. They need more space.
Everybody's going to bump up one.
Yeah. So if my recommendation would be move twice. Instead of not moving a thing and then waiting till you get that escrow and now you got 30 days to do everything, move twice. So before you get it on the market, move the non-essential things out of there. Maybe some of the knickknacks, some of the extra pictures, your stack of papers. Make the house look like it has more space. Maybe even rearrange some of the furniture so that it looks better to the potential buyer. Then, now that you've moved and put stuff in storage, when you do get an offer and you've got 30 days to move, it's not quite so hectic.
You can leave the stuff in storage and just move what's in the house and then bring the other stuff later.
Right.
Now, were you talking to my wife out there, stacks of papers? Because I have books and papers and my house is just packed with stuff.
I actually was visualizing my own desk.
Your own house, yeah. Well, so you're saying get rid of half the furniture or something, just would make the house look bigger. Empty out the stuff you're storing in the closets to make the closets look bigger.
Sure. People are moving probably because they need more space. So if you can show that, and you might say, well, there is no space. It's only a 1,500 square foot home. But don't forget, the buyer of that's probably coming from a 1,000 square foot apartment. Right. So it will have more space.
Tell you what I've done is I did the same thing. You take the stuff that you're not really using, you put it in storage. Then I got the new house and moved what's left over there, and I never went back for the stuff in storage. Found I didn't need it anyway. So all those clothes and T-shirts, I'm going to wear those someday when I fit in them again.
I have a box of those too.
So do they do this before they find an agent? Do they maybe start clearing out the clutter just to make their house look cleaner, clearer, more spacious?
I actually like it when people call me first and I see the house cluttered. Then I can give them ideas and maybe even some coaching on what to move. Because there's things you're not going to see about your own home because you've had it that way maybe for 20 years. So you would never think of moving the recliner away from the sliding glass door.
Right.
Because that's where it's been. Whereas an agent, that third party, can step
Fresh
back
look at the thing,
and say, this is what it's going to take to make the home look bigger.
Now, who, not to change the subject too much, who should be buying a house right now?
I really like that question because I have a different answer than what you would probably expect. The person who should be buying right now is the people that are ready to buy because of their personal situation. Don't buy because the market's hot, or don't buy because you want to buy before they run out of houses. Nobody rang a bell at the top of the market. No one rang a bell at the bottom of the market. So if you're a market timer, you're probably going to lose. Do it when you personally are ready, when it's right for you and your family.
Well, I bought my first house, and we got 9% interest rate. We're pretty happy to get it too. We were thrilled.
Yeah, you were only in single digits.
Yeah, single digits. So, but what are the rates now?
Oh gosh, the other day I saw an FHA at 3.75.
3.75.
Yeah,
It's a remarkable time to buy then.
It is. And I like to say this, even though it's a seller's market because of a lack of inventory or lack of good inventory, it's a buyer's market because of the low interest rates. When you can buy a home at $200,000 and have a 30-year fixed rate mortgage less than what the rent would be, that tells me the rates make it a buyer's market.
And I don't know about the rest of Fresno, but here in the Tower District where we are, you can really buy cheaper than renting for sure.
Yeah, because rents have gone up, rates have gone down, and it makes affordability really good. And here's the other thing. Let's say interest rates raised by 0.5%. Well, you might say, oh gosh, that's $70 to $100 a month more, but that's a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. $70 to $100 might only be 2 rent increases in the next 2 years.
Yeah. And my, I told you when I bought my first house, the interest rate was 9%, and it was $50,000. Our payment was $500 a month. We thought, how are we going to make that payment of $500 a month? And a few years down the line, it wasn't even a consideration what our rent was. It was almost nothing.
Amazing how things change.
Yeah, so get it and stick with it. Okay, I asked you who should be buying, who should be selling. A lot of people couldn't sell because their house was worth less than they owed.
You should be selling if, once again, it's right at the right timing for you and your family. Too many people are looking at, well, I better sell now while the market's hot. Well, but then you got to turn around and buy something. Just do it when it's right for you.
It's right for you, yeah. The rest will balance out, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, let's say somebody's watching and go, oh man, this guy's really bright. He knows a lot of. How do I reach him? Somebody wants to buy or sell a house. Should they call you?
Sure, because I love helping people. And what a great industry this is. You know, it's a hard job, but a really great career because it's great to help people. And I remember people from 30, 40 years ago. But my phone number at my office is 490-1590.
Okay.
Or my email's really easy, Scordino at realtyconcepts.com.
That is Don Scordino at realtyconcepts.com. So what if they're not sure? They just want to ask your advice. What do you charge for that?
Nothing.
Free advice.
In fact, I just listed a home yesterday. The lady said, I wanted to thank you. 15 years ago, I helped her with something, no charge, gave her some advice, and she remembered me all these years, and now that she has a home to sell, she's given it to me. So, you know, if you help people, they'll come back and help you.
They come back, yeah. Now, is there a place you could go and start looking at houses on the internet?
Sure. In fact, I have a personal website that's tied into the Fresno Multiple Listing Service. So all the homes in there, whether it's listed with our company or another, can be found in there, and it's just donscordino.com.
Wow, donscordino.com. What a great web address. How'd you get that?
It's gone national too.
Yeah, I bet it has. Really has. So let's just recap. You got Welcome Home Radio. You got Realty Concepts, donscordino.com, and people can call you, go there and find you. Anything else you want to touch on while you're here?
Sure. Yeah. On Saturday mornings on the radio show, the goal that we have there is to provide enough information so that the next time we have a real estate downturn, Fresno won't be anywhere near the top 10 in foreclosures.
Yeah.
We're going to be such a well-educated community that we won't make the mistakes that led us to that before.
So listen to Welcome Home Radio and find that out. Now,
Yeah.
I've been in real estate for, I thought, a long time. My dad, a lot longer. Had you ever seen anything like that, experienced anything like that, the downturn?
Oh, no. I mean, I've been through 3 major ups and downs, but this last one, using my baseball analogy, I say we were like baseball. We were on steroids. That we had a supercharged going up, mainly because of the toxic loans that were out there. But then when the banks shut it off, we had a major downturn. So I never saw anything like that.
Me neither. So,
And I hope we
never
don't
see it
ever again.
Anyway, so watch Welcome Home Radio.
Or listen to.
Listen to it, and be ready the next time, or just learn some ins and outs of real estate. It's fun to listen to it and learn some stuff. Hopefully everybody's going to buy or sell real estate at some point.
Sure. And we have a different guest every week. And sometimes there are elected officials, which, by the way, you used to be. So you ought to get on our show sometime.
I would love to come on it. So.
All right. We'll book you.
I want to see how the pros do shows. So. All right. Don Scordino, Realty Concepts. Go to donscordino.com. And your phone number again?
490-1590.
We'll be back with more Central Valley real estate right after this.